showed by the Black Horse era shows us hunger will come next in depth. BBC.com yesteryear's war news in Ukraine. Ukraine crisis is unleashing hell on earth for food prices. This is very much like the depiction of the pale horse. Notice the aspects found here: inflation, hunger, death, and hell. This is not to say that hellfire is burning now. Hellfire will burn Satan and his wicked after the millennium of Revelation 20. But rather the Bible describes the severity of death and hunger that will be experienced in the final days, just as Jesus enumerated in Matthew 24 the final signs. The third seal may apply to the 4th and 5th centuries of Christian history, which were characterized by the gradual spiritual death decline in this period. There was a spiritual famine of God's word. The 4th seal applies to the spiritual death that characterized Christianity during the Middle Ages, when the Bible was unavailable to people and tradition of a rule teaching in the Bible in applying seals historically. However, it is important not to limit the realities of the 4 horsemen to one particular period. The first horseman goes forth and conquers until there's nothing left to conquer. The conquering is the preaching of the gospel, and is not limited to the apostolic period. It continues until the second coming of Jesus. The same applies to the other horsemen, for neither persecution nor spiritual famine nor death are limited to certain historical behaviors. They are the general realities that accompany preaching the gospel from Pentecost until Christ is coming in power. 2 Timothy 2:17, and their message will spread like cancer. Hymenaeus and Philetus are of this sort, who have strayed concerning the truth, saying that the resurrection is already past, and they overthrow the faith of some. False teachings in the eyes of God is compared to a disease spreading and is very contagious. They were saying that the resurrection is already past. It seems that they were teaching that we are already in God's millennial kingdom and there was no resurrection to come. It had already occurred, they say. Deception, deception, deception. Will Satan use these issues, crises, diseases, and physical maladies to direct worship from God to him? The answer is yes. Great Controversy 590. In the great time of trouble, Satan will come as Christ and reign on planet Earth, while appearing to the children of men as a great physician who can heal all their maladies. He will bring disease and disaster until populous cities are reduced to ruin and desolation, and declare that men are offending God by violation of the Sunday Sabbath, and that this sin had brought calamities which will not cease until Sunday observance shall be strictly observed. Wow, the devil is crafty. This is how Satan will use these diseases to direct all worship to him. But the remnant, the people